There are two camps in personal finance that genuinely cannot agree on this. On one side, the debt avalanche. Pay off your highest interest rate first, mathematically optimal. Saves the most money. On the other side, the debt snowball. Pay off your smallest balance first. Psychologically powerful. Keeps you motivated. Every finance YouTuber has a strong opinion. Dave Ramsey says snowball, no exceptions. Most mathematicians say avalanche, no question. Here's what nobody tells you. They're both right and both wrong, depending on one specific thing about you. In this video, I'm going to show you both methods with the exact same debt, $20,000 across 3 accounts, and run the real numbers side by side. By the end, you'll know exactly which one to use and why. Let's do this properly. To make this comparison fair, we're going to use one example and run it through both methods completely. Here's our debt. Debt A, store credit card. Macy's balance, $2,200. Interest rate, 29.99%. APR. Minimum payment, $55. Debt B, personal loan. Marcus balance, $7,800. Interest rate, 14.5%. APR. Minimum payment, $185. Debt C, car loan. Toyota. Financial balance, $10,000. Interest rate, 6.25%. APR. Minimum payment, $210. Total debt, $20,000. Total minimum payments, $450 per month, and our person has $750 per month to put toward debt. That's $450 in minimums plus $300 extra. Same person, same income, same $300 extra per month. The only difference, where does that $300 go first? The avalanche method is simple in principle. Ignore the balance sizes. Look only at interest rates. Attack the highest rate first, regardless of how big or small that balance is. In our example, that means all $300 extra goes to the Macy's card at 29.99% every month until it's gone. Here's how it plays out. Months 1 to 6, $300 extra to Macy's card, plus the $55 minimum. Total toward Macy's, $355 per month. Starting balance, $2,200. At 29.99% APR, that's about $55 in interest per month at the start. So effective paydown, roughly $300 per month net. By month 6, Macy's card is paid off. Month 7 onward. Now, the $55 minimum that was going to Macy's is freed up. New extra payment, $300 plus $55 equals $355. All toward Marcus personal loan at 14.5%. The personal loan balance at this point, approximately $6,650 after minimums. $355 extra plus $185 minimum equals $540 per month toward the loan. Time to pay off, about 14 more months. Month 22 onward. Now $540 plus $210 equals $750 per month Aero car loan. Remaining car loan balance, approximately $6,200. Time to pay off, about 9 more months. Avalanche. Final numbers. Total time, approximately 30 months. Total interest paid, $3,862. Remember that number, $3,862. We're going to compare it in a moment. The snowball method completely ignores interest rates. You order your debts by balance, smallest to largest, and attack the smallest one first. The logic isn't mathematical, it's psychological. Same person, same $300 extra. But now, the first target is still Macy's. In this case, we get lucky, because the smallest balance also happens to be the highest rate. So months 1 to 6 are identical, but here's where they diverge. In the snowball method, after Macy's is paid off, the next target is not the personal loan at 14.5%. It's the car loan, because the car loan has the next smallest balance. Wait, actually no. Let me reorder correctly. Snowball order 1, Macy's, $2,200 2. Marcus loan, $7,800 3. Car loan, $10,000 3rd. In this particular example, the snowball and avalanche order is almost identical because the smallest balance also has the highest rate. So let me show you a cleaner version of where they actually diverge. Imagine the car loan had a balance of $4,500 instead of $10,000, smaller than the personal loan. Avalanche order, Macy's 29.99%. Marcus 14.5%. Car 6.25%. Snowball order, Macy's $2,200, car $4,500, Marcus $7,800. In this modified version, Snowball pays off the low-interest car loan before the higher-interest personal loan. That's the trade-off. Avalanche, total time, about 29 months. Total interest paid, $3,580. Snowball, total time, about 29 months. Total interest paid, $4,210. Difference, $630. And the time is almost identical. So mathematically, Avalanche wins, always. Sometimes by a little, sometimes by thousands of dollars, depending on how different your interest rates are. But here's what the math doesn't capture. A study published in the Journal of Marketing Research found something that changed how I think about this. People who use the snowball method, paying small debts first, are statistically more likely to completely eliminate their total debt than people using other methods. Read that again. Why? Because paying off a full account, seeing one debt go from a balance to zero, triggers a reward response in your brain. It's real. It's not just motivation talk. Every time you close an account, you get a measurable boost in momentum. And the brutal truth about debt payoff is this: the best method is the one you actually stick to for 24 or 36 months. A mathematically perfect plan you abandon in month 8 saves you exactly $0. So what's the answer? Here's the framework I use. It comes down to 2 questions. Question 1, how spread out are your interest rates? If you have one debt at 26% and everything else at 5 to 7%, use the avalanche. That high-rate debt is an emergency. Every month you don't attack it first, you're paying a premium. If your rates are all clustered, say 12%, 15%, 17%, the mathematical difference between methods is small. In that case, psychology wins. Use snowball. Question 2. Be honest about your track record. Have you started a debt payoff plan before and quit? Have you tried budgeting and given up by month 3? If yes, use snowball. The wins matter more for you than the math. If you've never struggled with follow-through and you're driven by numbers, use avalanche. There's also a hybrid approach that some people use. List debts in snowball order, smallest to largest. But if 2 debts have similar balances, put the higher rate one first. You get most of the psychological wins with a bit of extra math efficiency. The debt avalanche saves more money, always. Sometimes hundreds, sometimes thousands, depending on your rates. The debt snowball keeps more people actually finishing. The psychological momentum is real and research-backed. The right answer for you depends on how different your rates are and how honest you are about your own follow-through. Here's what I want you to do right now. Open a spreadsheet or grab a piece of paper and list your debts twice. Once sorted by interest rate, once sorted by balance. Look at both lists. Which one makes you want to start today? That reaction is data. I've linked a free calculator in the description that runs both methods on your exact numbers. It shows you the payoff timeline and total interest for both approaches side by side. No email, no sign up. Just a Google Sheet you can copy and fill in. If you found this useful, subscribe. Next week, I'm walking through how to build a zero-based budget from scratch, including a full screen recording starting from a blank spreadsheet. And if you missed last week's video, how I personally paid off $27,000 in 18 months on a $48,000 salary. I'll link that in the description and up here. That video walks through the full system I actually used. See you next week.